explosion on Worthington Street. We have gas workers down. Send many ambulances you can get here.
November 23, 2012, a gas explosion rocks downtown Springfield, leveling a strip club, damaging over 60 other buildings, including 150 residences, and injuring 18. A utility worker had accidentally punctured a gas pipe while investigating an odor report. The blast could be heard for miles and blew out most of the windows in a 3-block radius. Karoun Charkoudian's condo is right across the street. Her wall of windows went from being something so beautiful to nearly taking her life.
I live in one open studio space here, so it's not really like I could have been somewhere else. Like, this is just the one room, and it blew in from there.
The blast was at 5 p.m. Normally, she'd be home cooking dinner in her kitchen, but fortunately, this time she wasn't. Safe and sound, she was blissfully unaware in Boston.
Out of the blue, I just started getting calls, and it was neighbors from down the street, Mattoon Street, saying, like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm fine. What are you talking about?" And they were like, "There was an explosion down on Worthington and Chestnut." Next thing you know, it comes up on the TV. So I'm like seeing my condo building on the TV, and it was just so surreal. And I just had to start calling insurance and, friends and, and then my own neighbors to make sure they were okay. And everyone had their own story. And it was scary. And, and I was helpless because I was so far away.
Those at the scene were among the 18 injured, police officers, firefighters, and gas workers, all standing near the building when it exploded. Amazingly, no one was killed, just massive destruction. And for Karoun, this explosion created ripple effects in her life even beyond that fateful day.
I was in the process of expanding my business. I have a yoga studio, and that had to just totally go on the back burner. And that was really scary to just put this huge financial investment on the back burner. I had some other social things happen. I had to break up with my boyfriend. So it was just everything in my life blew up, partly as a result of this.
While Karoun was trying to pick up the pieces of not just her life and her now unlivable home, as a board member of the Macintosh Association, she was also trying to help the 40 other residents in the historic Macintosh building.
We've been so frustrated, and everyone wants to get back into their home. They want everything to be back together again.
1 year later, 15 homes are still condemned, hers included, along with 3 commercial units downstairs. Work moving along so slowly the past 12 months because there's so much to do, so many people involved, and not enough direction at times.
We had a couple of, wonderful ladies on the board. It's been almost their full-time job just keeping track of everyone. So I think it's been very frustrating, but I think, to be fair, it's a huge project and there's a lot of parties.
The Macintosh building is still in need of repairs. A daycare center, Square One, had to move. Next door, the strip club is now a parking lot. The storage building across the street still needs a lot of work done to it. Tire Track just got back on track, but the city still has a lot of infrastructure work left to do to turn this neighborhood back into a thriving, innovative district.
There are some businesses there that we need to take a look at, and we need to support them. There's been some damage to buildings that have to be raised, and what we really want to look at is really an innovation district there, which is really the 21st century version of an industrial complex. And we want to take a good hard look at that. We have a number of people that have already stepped forward that want to participate in the process, and we're really going to examine what we really can do in a 21st century way.
Springfield's Chief Development Officer Kevin Kennedy is optimistic about the redevelopment and potential outcome of this area, with plans to make it better than it was before.
You need to take a disaster and make it into something good. And Springfield has a history of that, going back to the Great Chlorine Fire of 1988 and our most recent tornado and our most recent nor'easter that was here. This community really came together, and they not only, unfortunately, we know how to handle disasters, but we also, I think, know how to go forward.
And for Karoun and the Macintosh building, the light at the end of the tunnel is finally in sight.
We just hired contractors. They're getting the ball moving now as we speak. So we feel really, really good about them and the movement they're making. So it's happening. It's definitely happening. We just had to wait a year.